Hello, so I thought we'd do another page. I've got these scraps of the papers from the kit and this, which I've just cut one little bit off. It's very pretty, is this, a floral. And I thought I would do another one with sort of torn layers at both edges, both ends. So that one is just about wide enough, and that one definitely is. So I'll just make a crease on that one, and from the crease I'm going to rip across so that it will fit there, hopefully. I'll do the same with this one, and I think I'll go the opposite corner. So I'll go across here, so that one will fit on there. Yeah, I think that should be right. Keep those in case I need them. And I think I'm going to have a little bit more of this showing underneath. So I'll pop that on there. And rip from here. And try and rip it so that we're bigger than the one that we've already got, so that some of this shows as well. So I think I know where we're going to. I'll go a little bit higher up and join up that crease and that torn line. Some of that should show. Yes, I'm going to ink the edges. So that's the first one done. I'll have to trim that little bit off later, but that's the first bit done. And then on to another one. So I can use this little bit. And I'll go up to about there, I think. So I'm aiming for this corner. So hopefully this should show a little bit more. Yeah. So that will go on there. I will trim it off a little bit. I'm just wondering about putting another bit there. So let's get a pair of scissors. When those are stuck on, I'll just see if I can pop that in there and it'll fit okay. Might need to be a little bit smaller. Yeah, we'll see. So I'll ink those edges up with some vintage photo. Only need a little bit, don't need a vast amount. It's amazing what a difference just inking these edges up makes. This one might have to be altered, but we'll do it for now. Actually, we'll have them this way around. Had them the other way before, but I think I actually like this bulkier bit down here, which then will make that just go in there. And we've got the effect of torn wallpaper basically. I could put something just on here. Let's see, what have we got? Still got some fussy cut images left. I could put a little, could put a statue, so I may fussy cut her out. This pretty little statue. And put that down there. She could sit just there, which would be quite nice. Yes, I quite like that. And what else? No, I think that will do for now. We'll leave it at that. So I'll ink the edges of that up so it stands off a little bit, and we'll glue all these down. That's the first one. Then the second layer. And then these two layers. And if you wanted to just put one layer, you could do. You don't have to do two. I just like lots of layers. Yeah. Go on top again with that one. That's it. Just make sure the top and the edges are lined up. I'll just trim that little bit off. And this little bit, just where it overlaps. Stick the edges again. Yeah, I think that's pretty. And I think that will just go in there. And we'll just have the one layer this time. as if somebody's ripped the wallpaper off and taken completely the top layer off. That's that. And then we'll just glue our little statue onto the bottom. Make sure she's grounded. She looks quite sweet there. So there we are. That's quite a simple little page in our junk, well, not junk journal, but our journal, Spineless journal, and that's quite pretty. Right, the next page I'm going to use the grid side again and have this as the back bit, because I could, if I wanted, glue a little strip of just lined paper onto there if I wanted to use it for journaling, or a little bit of plain paper, and just have this as a background. So I've inked it up when we first started, and my idea was I had this little bit left. It's part of one of the die cut strips. This is a die cut leaf spray. I've got one layer, the smaller layer of the organza flowers, which I took apart so that I got 2 layers and a gemstone middle. I like that. I've got another one of these mother of pearl sequins and a couple of fussy cut flowers. I might need a couple more, we'll see. I can fussy cut some from here if I wanted. There's a lot of flowers I could fussy cut, but we'll have a go without and see. I've also got this pretty, it's seam binding, really nice, and I like the way it when you scrunch it up into a little ball like this, it gives it texture. It's not smooth anymore, it holds the creases, which is quite nice. It does fray a fair bit, so I tend to tie a knot in the end and then purposely fray the end pieces. So it looks almost like a tassel, but not quite. It's quite easy to do. You just find the end and pull, and it just frays itself. So you can just do that to make it sort of tassely. So I've done that at both ends. So my idea with this one was that I tied the seam binding round the page and then had the other elements sort of on the top. So I think I'll do it like that. So we've got the little tassely bits at the side. I'll probably put some glue on there to make it hold, and then when the other pages go on the top, that bit will just stick out at the side for a bit of interest. So I need to have the knot right at the side so it doesn't come between the other pages. So I just sort of wiggle it about till it gets to where I want it. And then I'll just put a little bit of glue underneath and sort of work it into the knot a little bit, because this will dry clear. And that should keep that there once it dries, and it won't move about. This is very pretty. Actually I can tuck that underneath like that, which looks nice tucked underneath. And nearly all the little bits are, I need them not to be over the edge, so I might have to snip that one and this one off. So it's that one. And this one here. Just so they aren't overlapping the edge. And then I'll do like I've done before and put glue on the back of my hands, or you could put it on your glass mat. And tap our die cut into it so that it gets on all the separate little bits. We've got glue on most of it. And we'll endeavour to get it through here, which will be difficult with the glue on. What we might do is just put it on the top there. That up there. I think we are all on where we're supposed to be and all glued down, which that looks very pretty. As I say, I've got this, which I think I might use as a stencil. I've also got the flower, which I think could look very pretty there. Yeah, I might put it fairly well down, and then we still see the seam binding. And then I might put the two little flowers just on the branch, like that. And I do like those there, so I'll pop those on. Just a bit of PVA. I'll put that on there. That one a bit further down. Yeah, that looks pretty. Now we need our heavy gel medium for this because it won't stick with PVA. We learnt from last time it wasn't any good sticking these on with PVA. So I'll put, oops, maybe a little bit much. There we are. And a little bit on the back of our sequin, which will go in the middle there. And clean off our gel medium off our spatula so it doesn't glue it all up. And then, let's see, I may want to use this on one of the others, so what I'll do is I'll use the back. You can always tell the back, the front and the back. The front looks really nice and sort of smooth. The back is a bit more jaggedy. It always looks slightly different. So I'm just going to put this on like that. And then I won't brush, I will just dab. And hopefully we'll get an impression, a bit like using a stencil. A little bit, not a lot. I think I might need to go a little bit darker with my ink. So I'll hold that in place and go a bit darker. There we are. That looks quite nice. Just do a little bit across here. You can line the stencil up a little bit and then go across a little bit. we are. Yeah, that looks nice and interesting. I think we'll line this up again and go a bit darker. And it should show up a bit more. There we are, yes. And then we've still got this to use in another project. So I think that's very pretty. I don't think we need anything else on there. We could put, if we had a number, one of the pages. That would be quite nice. This is just from one of the book pages. I'm just wondering if we put that up there, or even in here. Yeah, I think I'll just make it a little bit smaller. Just put a bit of glue on. And I think that will look just right up there. Yeah. Just moved it a little bit from the corner. There we are. Sometimes it's just the added little details that make a difference. So just putting that there has just given it a little bit more interest up there. So that's another page in our Spineless journal.